Alright, so let's open the box and
ambulance! Where's the ambulance? Wait.
Throw your soldiers into positions whence there is no escape, and they will prefer death to flight.
The scene, scars the fields that once were green. It's a stalemate at the front line, where the soldiers rest in mud. Roads and houses, all is gone. There's no glory to be won. Know that many men will suffer, know that many men will die. Half a million lives at stake, as the fields of Passchendaele. And as the night falls, the general calls, and the battle carries on and on. What is the purpose of it all? What's the price of a mile? Thousands of feet march to the beat. It's an army on the march. Long way from home, paying the price in young men's lives. Thousands of feet march to the beat. It's an army in despair. Knee deep in mud, stuck in a trench with no way out. Thousands of
now I have most of the mouse done, and my purpose of doing this is I'm trying to draw this picture here that I made a while back, and I'm trying to make into a diorama. I already got the mouse done, so it looks like it would in the picture, only with more details and a couple of decals and stuff moved around. I still have to do some fine detailing on the wheels, and because my camera doesn't like to focus in time lapse, I can't show fine detailing without it being really blurry. But I do have a diorama base done here, already lacquered and stuff. It has a rim so none of the hydrocouls spill out, and I'll come back later. Using the thick brown mud from Vallejo, I have covered the entire track sections with said brown mud, and now we're just waiting for it to dry in the sun. Now it's supposed to come on kind of shiny-ish like mud would be. It's not super dried, but it's not exactly wet dripping mud. So we have that on the bottom of the vehicle. So here we have the finished mouse tank supported on top of a wood block. But I got everything done. There's little specks of gray in there, but when you press up the wheels, you're barely able to see them anyways. I might come back and touch those up later. We got the mud effect in and on the track of the vehicle. Now the tracks do roll, but I wouldn't tug on them because you can see right here that this one's coming apart, so might wanna get some glue for that. I will glue that later. But this is a good model. I have mine to where the suspension works. If you put your fingers under one of the guide wheel or like put on top of a pencil or something, you will see that the suspension does in fact work and move like actual mouse suspension would. Now the bogies themselves have a tiny amount of workability in them. This little spring here, they do have a large amount of workability, so these tracks do pivot extremely well. The most difficult part of this was definitely the tracks. It wasn't difficult because when you had a rhythm down, it was kind of easy. It's just that sometimes you don't get all of them and you have little spaces in between the tracks, so they might come apart. But you can put them back together fairly easily. It was very time consuming putting together the individual track parts because there's 4 parts to every track. There's the 2 track connectors and then the track shoe and then the actual bottom of the track with the little heads that ride alongside the road wheels. Isn't bad. I did have some problems with the gun, being that it wouldn't slide or turn correctly, so I had to sand the inside down a little bit. Probably the worst problem I had with it was, if I can take it apart here. I don't know if you can see that or not, but there is a metal pin in there. I'm using a metal bracket to hold together the gun piece that actually holds the gun on. My camera isn't focusing again. But I had a problem where every time I lift up the gun, it would just drop immediately. So I put a metal bracket on that little hinge in there where the metal piece is, and now the gun works well. Again, I had to sand out the inside ring and this inside ring out quite a bit. Probably took 2 or 3 millimeters off the inside ring, and now it rotates a lot better. But this was a very fun build to do, and I did enjoy it. It is very, very large compared to other 35th scale vehicles, and I will put up a couple pictures after this. But it is a great build, and I would recommend it for anybody who does want a mouse. It's a lot better than the 1995 Dragon kit. It fits a lot better. There's a lot of detail, and I love these little rivets and panels because the panel liner goes in really well. This gas tank really took panel liner well. I didn't sand the seam because I figured a tank that large would have at least 1 seam in it, like a barrel would. Overall, it was really great. The Vallejo mud effects really did work well for this vehicle. So now I gotta build a diorama for it.